When you're in glory, 100,000 friends surround you. When you're in hardship, that's when you truly know who your friends are. Life is like a long banquet. When the lights shine bright, the music blares, you see yourself surrounded by radiant faces, words of praise pouring into your ears like sweet honey. Everyone wants to stand next to the one who's shining. But when the lights go out, the stage falls silent, and only darkness and sighs remain. That's when the truth speaks. From the sea of people who once crowded around, only one or two stay behind. They need no reason, no invitation, they stay by your side, simply out of genuine brotherhood. They say, fire tests gold, adversity tests friends. Indeed, in life's storms, only true friends hold your hand, even if theirs trembles with fear. They don't leave when you fall. They bend down with you, helping you rise again. It is they, with their quiet presence, who turn your darkest days into ones filled with hope. True friendship isn't measured by the number of times we laugh together, but by the times we overcome sorrow side by side. It needs no noise, no show, just sincerity, just staying. When life tests you, don't be sad if someone leaves. Smile, because that's when life is helping you filter out those who truly belong to you. And if you're lucky enough to have even one person stay, just one, that's enough to know you're not alone. Laziness is the mother of all vices, but after all, it's still a mother respected. It's that feeling when you lie sprawled on the bed, watching the clock tick away, yet you still don't want to leave the blanket. It's the moment you know you should start, but convince yourself just a little longer. They call it the mother of all vices because from it spawn a whole brood: procrastination, excuses, self-consolation, even failure. But strangely, when you look deeper, you see in laziness something very human. Who hasn't felt exhausted at times, wanting to relax, to pause amid life's relentless rush? So, saying respect it isn't a call to indulge laziness, but a reminder to understand and master it. When you understand why you're lazy, exhaustion, boredom, or lack of motivation, you can start to fix it. Like a strict mother teaching a precious lesson. If you stay lazy forever, life won't wait. Laziness, if placed rightly, can sometimes be the art of rest. It helps you step back to recharge, to observe, to restart. But if you let it lead, it'll drag you into the dark zone of stagnation. This life is so bland. Because of money, they discriminate against each other. People laugh and talk, but behind every smile are silent calculations. Who's richer? Who's poorer? Who's worthy to know? Who isn't? The word money, a tiny symbol, becomes an invisible barrier separating people. In the old days, bonds were built on trust. Now, they're often weighed by material value. The poor are easily looked down on, the rich easily flattered. People look at each other, not with eyes, but with wallets. And that's when life becomes bland, not because it lacks beauty, but because our hearts have hardened to what's truly important. But if you pause a moment, you'll see money isn't at fault. It only reveals what's already in people: greed, envy, or sometimes the fear of being left behind. So, instead of resenting a bland life, try living differently. Live kindly, gratefully, without letting money control your soul. A sincere smile, a heartfelt handshake, sometimes worth more than piles of wealth. Because in the end, what gives life flavor isn't money, but human connection. Rice cakes never have bones. Beautiful girls rarely love poor guys. Rice cakes are soft. How could they have bones? just like in life, it's rare to see a beautiful girl stay with a poor man, not because they're heartless, but because life is harsh. Beauty often comes with a desire for protection, for abundance, for love with both heart and security. But is it true that rice cakes never have bones? Sometimes, amid a calculating world, there are hearts that love with eyes, not wallets. There are beautiful girls who choose poor men, not for material things, but believing he'll build a future with her. And conversely, poor guys who don't complain, but quietly work, striving to one day be worthy of the one they love. If life doesn't give you bones in your rice cake, make them yourself. Don't resent others for not loving you because you're poor. Make them love you for your character, perseverance, and warm heart. Loving one person for life. This disease is 10 times worse than cancer. When in love, who doesn't wish to love one person forever, to walk together through life? But life isn't a fairy tale, and the heart doesn't listen to reason. Some people, despite years changing, still hold in their heart a name, a face, a memory that won't fade. Loving one person for life sounds beautiful, but sometimes it's an incurable disease, because people can forget debts, forget hurts, but how to forget someone who once made them tremble to the core? They compare it to worse than cancer, because cancer can be cut out, treated, but the disease called remembering one person forever smolders, persists, and lives with you for life. It doesn't kill you instantly, but slowly, with every long sleepless night, every old song, every memory that flashes by and stings the heart. But in that heaviness, there's still beauty, the beauty of loyalty and truthfulness. Loving one person forever, even if hurt, proves the heart still feels, still lives for someone. The issue isn't whether it's a disease, but whether you know how to heal by letting go. If you have money, you call the shots. I have no money, but I don't live like a dog to my brothers. If you have money, you call the shots. True, money can make others obey, make life seem wide open, but when the rain stops, the wind dies. What remains but emptiness if the heart lacks humanity? I have no money, but I don't live like a dog to my brothers. A bold statement, but full of honor. The speaker is poor, but not lowly. Not betraying for money, not forgetting bonds for gain. Being without money doesn't diminish their value. On the contrary, it highlights the pride of someone who keeps a clean heart in a chaotic world. Because, in the end, when money's gone, power fades. Only two things define a person: how they live and how they treat others. Someone can be materially poor, but if rich in bonds, they're more worthy of respect than one who uses money to hide an empty character. A dilute glass of wine intoxicates with twisted love. Cigarette smoke ruins a man's life. A dilute glass of wine not strong enough to drunk, but enough to twist the heart, thinking of the ex. A twisted love where feelings don't meet. The heart wants closeness, but fate pushes apart. And so, wine becomes a confidant. Cigarette smoke, a companion. The world sees him laugh, drink, joke, but who knows? Behind every puff is a heart burning quietly. Wine warms the throat, but chills the heart. Smoke eases pain momentarily, but leaves long scars in life. Cigarette smoke ruins a man's life, not just the body, but the soul. Each cigarette lit is a half-burnt dream. Each puff dissipated is a memory that can't return. Yet perhaps only after experiencing it do people understand. Sometimes Men aren't drunk on wine, they're drunk on sorrow. Not addicted to smoke, they're addicted to forgetting. The most wretched thing in a man's life is probably becoming foolish because of a woman. The most foolish thing in a woman's life is knowing a man is wretched, but still loving him. Some men, for a glance, a hug, a gentle word from a woman, forget their former strength and clarity. They're willing to bow, trade, even betray themselves just to hold on to what seems real affection. And then, waking up, they realize the wretchedness isn't being deceived, but willingly becoming foolish for someone unworthy. Women love with the heart, not reason. They see clearly he's bad, see the wounds approaching, but still choose to stay. Not because they're stupid, but because they love too deeply to prefer pain over living without him. They try to believe their sincerity can change him, but end up with coldness and betrayal. That's the eternal tragedy of love. Men lose reason loving wrong, women lose themselves loving too much. And both are victims of emotions, illusions, a heart that won't listen. You're just a radish pretending to be ginseng. If you live without heart, don't preach morals to others. They spout fine words, preaching about heart, righteousness, proper living. But behind the facade are contrary actions, selfish, opportunistic, hypocritical. They're like radishes disguised as ginseng, thinking themselves precious, that everyone must look up, forgetting true value lies in the heart, not appearance or words. The saying, "Live without heart, don't preach morals to others," is a sharp warning. Morals aren't for show, nor tools to hide fakery. Someone with heart doesn't need many words. Their actions alone earn respect. Those who only preach without living it will sooner or later be exposed by life. Live kindly, don't be heartless, and don't deceive others. In a society full of noise, schemes, and grabs, this message is like a gentle breeze into the soul. Simple, yet profound. Live kindly isn't grand, it's daily behavior. A sincere word, an action, thinking of others, or simply not doing wrong when unseen. Don't be heartless, because heartlessness doesn't kill instantly, but slowly strangles relationships, eroding trust and affection over years. And don't deceive others. A reminder that sincerity is the foundation of character, while lies are a double-edged sword that eventually hurts you. Life may be short, but kindness makes it worth living. When you live sincerely, even without fame or money, you're still rich. Rich in people, rich in inner peace. True love is when you love even the flaws of the other person. When you truly love someone, you don't just love their radiant smile or gentle eyes, but also their clumsiness, wounds, even mistakes others can't accept. True love is when you don't try to change them to fit your mold, but grow with them, improve together, because we all have shadows, cracks. But when you love with full tolerance, those cracks become where light seeps in, where love is most real and deep. When you love sincerely, their happiness is your happiness. When you love someone with all sincerity, their joy becomes the light illuminating your heart, their smile, the peace you seek after stormy days. Sincere love is when you don't put I first, don't calculate gains, but only wish them peace and joy, even if that joy sometimes excludes you. That's unconditional love, where you no longer seek happiness just for yourself, but theirs is the greatest reward. In such love, hearts aren't two separate beats, but one melody, where every emotion of theirs echoes in you. Love isn't seeking a perfect person. but seeing perfection in their most ordinary traits. In this world, no one is perfect. Everyone carries shadows, scars, moments of weakness. Yet when the heart truly stirs, their imperfections suddenly become strangely lovable. You love them not because they're perfect, but because with them, every little thing gains meaning, a clumsy glance, a silly smile, or just how they listen in silence. Sincere love lets you see beauty in simplicity, find completeness in what seems trivial. Because in true love, the heart needs no reason to admire, and love's eyes always see light in the other's cracks. Don't let distance kill love. Let it prove your love is strong enough to overcome any challenge. Many fear distance, thinking it means loss, but really, distance weeds out weak love and deepens true love. If two hearts truly face each other, distance isn't a wall, but a longer road to walk toward one another. Distance teaches missing, cherishing reunions, teaches that with faith, even thousands of miles apart, love spreads through messages, through breaths of longing. Distance doesn't kill love, doubt and impatience do. So let it prove your love isn't easily shaken, your heart strong enough to wait and love to the end. Loving someone means accepting all hardships as long as you both look in the same direction. Love isn't a path of roses, but a journey with warm sun, storms, challenging turns. What gets two people to the end isn't perfection, but the will to overcome obstacles together. When you truly love someone, you're ready to endure, sacrifice, even tearful days, believing beyond hardship is a future with both. No matter how rough the road, if both look the same way, hold shared faith and goals, nothing can separate. True love demands not ease, but unity, because when hands clasp tight, storms are just tests, and love becomes the lamp in the dark. True love isn't built on sweet words or calm days, but on steadfastness and unity of two beating hearts. Because in life, no one avoids challenges, misunderstandings, small wounds that sting. But if both hold tight, still believe in that love, every storm turns to rainbow. Storms are just tests, testing if the love is truly enduring, strong against life's waves. And when overcome, love's lamp shines brighter, a soft, gentle light, guiding both in darkest times. Love needs no perfection, just two hearts in sync, two hands clasped, two souls facing forward. Love is a journey no one passes without leaving a mark on the heart. Love, short or long, complete or unfinished, always leaves a gentle imprint on the soul. It's like a train through memory lands, sometimes radiant as dawn, sometimes melancholic as dusk, but no one finishes unchanged from the start. Each love is a chapter in life's book. Some enter to teach loving, some to teach letting go, and some just a short stretch, but enough that recalling warms the heart. No matter the ending, the most precious are the sincere feelings once had, the thrills that showed living fully for someone. Thus, love isn't fleeting emotion, but a deep engraving in the heart, where time erases much, except what once made true happiness. Sometimes, an ending in love is a chance to start a new, more meaningful journey. In love, endings aren't always tragedy, but sometimes doors to greater maturity, wiser paths. Every parting, painful as it is, teaches. Loving isn't just holding, but learning to release. When a love closes, the heart may crack, but through those cracks, light of understanding and growth seeps in. You learn to love yourself more, know your worth, ready for a new journey, knowing better what you need, what you deserve. Sometimes, love ends not because it's wrong, but because it fulfilled its role, teaching love, loss, and overcoming. And then, in some future moment, you'll smile and realize if not for that parting, there'd be no stronger you today.